Hello again. Here we are talking about their Redcaps. Now, I said this about a few of them now, but these are one of the kits I really enjoy. Redcaps, they evoke to me, as someone who kind of knows some of the actual legends of the Redcaps, some absolutely terrifying imagery. If you go back into some of the actual kind of historic myth, these were kind of a goblinoid creature. You could possibly even describe them as orc-like, or they could even be seen as some kind of an ogre or a troll, although I do know those are different kiths in the White Wolf products. But historically, what they were known for, the reason they got their name, was that they wore a head cap of cloth, and when they murdered their enemies, they would take that cap and they would soak it in the blood of their enemies and then put it on so that the blood ran down their head. And basically, if their hat ever dried out, i.e., if they ever went long enough between killing people for their hat to dry out, that was the most disgusting, shameful thing they could ever do. Now, I'm not going to necessarily go into how long it takes a cloth cap of blood to dry, because you'd all think me really creepy if I told you I knew that. But I am going to say that's scary, because it's not that long. So, what do we know about these guys? The dreaming is full of nightmares, but the Redcaps are what the Fey children fear. These guys are not nice people. It does mention the caps here. Red caps soaked in the blood of their enemies. What do we know about them, though? They're big, they're red, they have mouths full of teeth, they're scary as hell, and they're not nice. So if we have a look, their affinity is nature. Yes, bizarrely, they have the same nature affinity as Puka do. Why? Because, again, even though these guys are terrifying, they are all about freedom and space and getting things their own way, and that all comes into the whole nature aspect. Their birthrights, they've got a couple fun ones. First one is dark appetite. Redcaps can eat anything. Full stop. That pretty much says it right there. I love the fact that they refer to them as a cross between a shark and a garbage disposal. Literally, if they can get it into their mouth, if it can physically fit in their mouth, they can eat it. Toxic waste, jagged metal, wood. It does say that, especially toxic things take a point of glamour to keep down. Bear in mind, that means they can still eat it. But they'll cough it, they'll hack it back up if you don't spend a point of glamour. They prefer meat, be it animal or human, but once their hunger gets going, they'll eat absolutely anything. They can even use their birthright in combat. It costs them a bit of glamour, they make a roll, and if they make the roll, they can bite off a limb in the middle of a fight and have a snack. So, it also does very nice damage. What else do they have? Bully Browbeat. They are so frightening that they can intimidate anything. Mortals, unenchanted supernatural beings, imaginary beings, chimerical creatures, all of their intimidation rolls or difficulty is reduced by 2, and they can never botch intimidation. Their frailty, bad attitude. No one likes them. Not even themselves, not even other Redcaps. So if they're doing anything social other than intimidation, they get +2 difficulty. So it balances out. The other bit of it is that if anything ever goes wrong, the nobles are going to look and point at the Redcap first. They're the ones that are most likely to be blamed. And again, very much like I've said earlier this evening, the stereotypes for the Redcaps are brilliant. You want to see how to make a bogan blush? Tell them what you had for lunch. Want to see them faint? Tell them it was still moving when you ate it. There you go. That's great. Yeah, there are some very good ones in here. Their opinion on the Sluagh. I've coughed up nicer looking things than the Sluagh. Tells you everything you need to know about the Sluagh too there. So there you have it. Big, scary, red, brutish. If you want to think D&D terms, think, Goliath barbarian types. If Grog was playing Changeling, I think he would have been a Redcap. And there you have it. I'll be back in a little while, maybe with a bit more.